That's a f***ing ripoff. And so are these. I got a soldering iron and my new 3D printer. I think you know what we're doing today, neighbor. I've never had much love for WRXs. From a durability engineering standpoint, I found them to be fragile. I've also never had much respect for vaping, if you couldn't tell from the last one. But today, I come with an olive branch, a peace offering for both communities. If you like modifying Subarus, and you vape, a demographic represented here by this Venn diagram, you're going to have unneeded lithium-ion batteries lying around. And you're probably going to have to wrench on your car a lot. Let's see if we can combine these two problems into one solution. Let's crack this puppy open to find out why readily available STL files don't exist for these ubiquitous M18 batteries. It could be because TTI hires more pit bull patent lawyers than engineers, or maybe there's something about this design that's inherently incompatible with 3D printing. Uh-oh. Lost a screw. Look how shiny everything is. Ours is not gonna look like this inside. This could be an issue. Lots of overhangs here on the underside, which is gonna make the surface all stringy. Also, lots of moving parts. So we're going to need a top cover. That's going to be the hardest part by far. We're going to need 2 mirrored buttons, plus some springs I might actually find in that Harbor Freight spring assortment I bought 14 years ago and haven't touched since. This relatively innocuous retainer piece that keeps the buttons sliding in place. And we'll need a way to activate the sub-micro push button switch on the circuit board for the charge status LEDs. I might just cut off a nail and stick it in the hole. We'll see how far across that bridge my attention span takes me when we come to it. Full disclosure, you can buy all the parts to make this battery for $17 on Amazon. But I already have a 3D printer, thanks Patreon members, so I plan to spend a mere $16 on the board by itself, plus, presumably, lots of wasted time, energy, and filament figuring this all out for myself. A very stable genius. I scrubbed the build plate and increased the bed temperature, and it's better. We got some warping, but I'm not wasting any more of your time fixing that until I know this design works. This is gonna be fun on a bun. Ow! Ugh. Smoother than I expected. That gap there is for cooling and ventilation. That spring. This thing sucks. There we go. Mark III is being printed with tree supports, plus this glue stick, which smells promising. Do you know what the most gratifying thing about 3D printing is? It's not seeing your computer designs brought to real life. It's not crafting your own tools to solve real-world problems. Far and away, the most gratifying thing about 3D printing is this. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. It's like picking a scab. Oh, yeah. Got it all in one piece. That's the best. 99% better. There's no need to chase that dragon. We got stuff to do. This doesn't bother me. It doesn't. Doesn't bother me. I put a blanket on top to keep the heat in, which made a huge difference. Look at that. After 17 attempts and half a lethal dose of styrene gas, I've basically nailed the tool interface. I added a nipple to screw the board into, and put this little lip in there to lovingly caress and hold the board in place. Just hook it in there. Yeah. It took about 6 micro revisions, but I got the locking tabs shaped for just the slightest slop. And smooth action, without jamming. It's like operating a bolt rifle that you 3D printed in your basement, which is not something that I would ever. Next, we'll need lots of vape batteries. I've got a few, but I need more. It's just like breeding cattle. Go on, don't be shy. Wow, those are some downright Catholic results right there. We've even got some conjoined twins. I'm not really sure how the church feels about that. Like, if you baptize one but not the other, do both go to heaven? This should be the easy part. I've got 21 of these 3.33 watt-hour cells, plus 4 of these different, but also 3.33 watt-hour cells. Will it bother me that 4 of them are the wrong shape? Immensely. But they're the same voltage, capacity, and chemistry, so they should cohabitate just fine. This step is for those with poor short-term memory, or color blindness, or both. Should also make troubleshooting easier if one of these cells ever has the nerve to disappoint me someday by failing. The board has 5 connections, negative, then 1 sense wire between each series pack. Got 4 volts, 8 volts, 12 volts, 16 volts, and then 20 volts is the main positive terminal. Easy enough. I may have the polarity backward. This is the main negative hookup. Then I will join each pack in series and run a wire from each junction up to the BMS circuit board. Ah! A lot of exposed metal here. Ugh. All right, we're going to have to do something about this. A single strip of Super 33. That ought to stay safe. Test complete. Can't forget the rusty nail. Should be fine. Yeah, I can sort of see the LEDs. And the button, it's not that jagged. I want to give this thing a good test, but none of this namby-pamby Japanese stuff is going to provide the challenge I crave. Need something cast iron and American. The big block Chrysler is at the body shop. It's a saga in itself. It only leaves one option. I never served in the military, but my family members who have say it basically goes like this. You take the wheels off, and then you put them back on. And that's your day. Lock and load. There is not a single good reason to screw these plastic covers back on in a star pattern. Except that if I don't, I won't be able to sleep tonight. Next, I want to test the runtime, and for that, I'll need an M18 tool capable of large, consistent loads. None of these are appropriate, but I got one thing. One fully charged, genuine XC5.0 as a control. Now, for the fully charged Nicotine XC almost 6.0. It's not dead, it's possessed. Smells like burnt watermelon sugar. I took a 20-minute bio break, and look, it's still sitting here at Death Valley. She was cooking. Nice to know that the knockoff circuit board's thermal protection circuit, works. This ought to help. There you go. The math says this should have had 12% more capacity than the 5.0, but it only managed 5% more. Am I disappointed? No. This costs $170, and this absolute ripper only cost me some peace of mind and $20. I call that a win. I have gone ahead and reprinted the housing with some slick vent holes. And I also switched to glass fiber reinforced ABS to make up for any loss in strength they may or may not cause. A little bit of extra work, but well worth it for the extra cooling that the vents may or may not provide. It's also the perfect color for showing every single grease stain. Not sure why I didn't buy black filament. Fear of commitment, I guess. When I built this 30 amp hour Wisconsin battery, a lot of you suggested that the torque test channel should torque test it. But it's just a really big battery. This, though, aren't you curious to see what actual experts might do? How much current can it really put out? How many more or less ugga-duggas might it squeeze out of Big Red? I might have to send an email. Thanks for watching.
My dreams are all dead and buried. Sometimes I wish the sun would just explode. When God comes and calls me to his kingdom, I'll take all your sons of bitches when I go.